There's a very famous woman. I don't know her name. So it's very, 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 very famous.
You forgot their names.
Yeah, no, I don't know the lady's name. But her father was a very, very, very powerful doctor. Was a doctor that didn't even live here in South Africa. He was overseas. So what happened is that the mother of this woman is like what do you call these people online on Instagram?
Influencers.
Yeah, she's one of the biggest influencers. So her mother casted a spell on this guy. You understand? And this guy had a baby with her, with the mother of this child. And when they had a baby, this guy, the spell went out, and then he moved on with his business. Yes, he takes care of the child, but he doesn't want anything to do with the woman. So she started getting bitter. Started getting bitter and bitter. Started getting bitter and bitter. She started getting bitter and bitter and bitter, and then what she did, there's a ritual that requires for me to have the same blood with you for it to work. There's a ritual that requires me for me to have the exact same blood as you for it to work. So there's a ritual whereby you take a picture of someone, and then when you take that picture of someone, when I want to take your star, maybe a star of success, I see that you are very successful, you're making too much money, you understand? And then I take a picture of you, and then I say certain things. I have to cast a spell and say certain things, and then I stab you, And then I stab you, and I stab you, and I stab you. And then you will die. So that guy was a very successful doctor. He was a powerful doctor, and then he killed himself.
Why?
He killed himself because of the ritual that was done. And then immediately, when that guy died, do you understand? The woman became... the things started hitting on YouTube. Things started hitting with brands. She started getting things. So now she's someone that likes to take star of marriage. Like if you are married or you have a, she can see that you have a happy marriage with your husband. She likes successful guys like that, and those guys will give money without even thinking twice. Do you understand? There was a guy recently who gave 300,000. There was a guy now who just gave 300,000. You understand? Out of nowhere. You understand?
Because it doesn't make sense. It's too much money for one night.
For one night. But it just exposed like what they are doing. You understand what they are doing, and then you'll find that there are people who look up to such people who will not understand it, and they will spend the money with the mother. They will go. Yes, they will spend the money with the mother. They will go on trips.
You're lying, my brother.
I'm telling you, because the mother is yes, yeah, with the mother, because the mother is the mentor. You understand? Because the mother is the mentor. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the things that happens. That happens when you do such rituals. There's someone who gave someone a job. Like a guy that gave a lady a job and said, "Come work here in government." It's a very beautiful lady. He saw a beautiful lady and put her in a job. And then when this lady started working there, she wanted now his position. She wanted his position. And then she had to cast a spell. When she cast a spell, she has to say what she wants from the guy. Take a picture on Facebook, do such things. You understand? And then that guy lost everything. And she got promoted. So I can be able to put my spirit inside of you. Like if you notice those people that manifest, maybe that manifest as if like they got demons. You understand? When someone has a demon inside, when they receive a prayer or deliverance, they don't make noise. A demon respects like Jesus. They obey Jesus. If you say to a demon, "Put your hands behind your back," that person will just obey and put behind the back, and then just ask you, "Who are you? How many are you there?" You understand? When they call your name and then who are you? How many are you there? So demons are mostly concerned with your soul. They're not concerned with the outside, your physical. But the spirit one, they are concerned with your money. They are concerned with the outside. They are concerned for you to get cursed. You understand? To get sick. They are concerned with you to physically die. They are concerned with you to lose your job. They are concerned with you to lose your child.
I'm frustrated.
Yeah, and get
Frustrated.
And get frustrated. You understand what I'm saying? So, if you look here in South Africa also, you understand, there was a guy called Mzilikazi. You know Mzilikazi? Kamashobani. Mm-hmm. He's the father of Zimbabweans. He's the spirit that is inside Zimbabweans. Like he's a father of Ndebeles. You understand? He broke away from Shaka. As like 200 people that broke away from Shaka. Within like 8 years, within a short space of 8 years, it became a nation that is around about 60,000 people. During Mfetsane, he was the one that was terrorizing South Africa, all the strategic points of South Africa. Free State became a place, Free State became a city of Bloemfontein. He had a post there. Pretoria became the capital of South Africa. He had a city, the Mpumalanga. You understand? He had a place there. So what happened is that the Zulus and the Coloureds and the Tswanas came together and said, no, let's take him out. Because no one could defeat him. He even disarmed the Afrikaners and took everything from the Afrikaners, in a place in Free State. And they became hungry. He disarmed them, took everything from them. They were saved by Tswanas, by Borolong. They saved them and gave them some livestock to start from scratch, and all of those things. That's why you hear that guy Sol Plaatje, he always cries that no, we were so generous to the Afrikaners. Why did they? We could have had children with them, and all of that. So that's why you see most of in South Africa, most of the Tswanas, they are the wealthy people in South Africa. They own the mines. They own the mines. Most of the businesses are owned by Tswanas because their names are remembered in the history of what they did to
Afrikaners.
Yeah, to the Afrikaners. So when they took him across he went to Zimbabwe and he started a city there called Bulawayo, which means like bird. Yes, and after him, and he died there. So after now, when the ANC came, his spirit now, he claims South Africa as his. Do you understand? He wants South Africa as his. Everywhere you go to Verts, his people must be inside of that. His children must be, they are teaching. Amen. You understand? You go to institutions, government institutions, they are there. You go to every work, low work, prostitution, they're there, everything. And he was terrorizing everywhere. That's why you find that most of these guys who killed cops, they will kill you for a cell phone. They don't understand where do they get the spirit. They have that spirit inside of him.
Spirit.
No,
Mzilikazi.
Yeah, the spirit of Mzilikazi. That's why DJ Waras passed away. Because territories, when you go into places, like if I go into the street, I must know these things are called principality. So Mzilikazi was a principality on his own. So if I come here in this street, wherever I want to do here, there are things that the principalities want to do on the street. And if I do not bind, that's why Jesus talk about binding the strong man. You can't just go to a house of a strong man without binding that strong man. So if I come in this street, I must find whose territory is it. And then spiritually, I must do things to bind that spirit. So when he came to Joburg, you came to a territory of certain spirits. You understand? And it didn't bind those spirits when he came in there. And they did what they did because they sacrificed him. You know, there's no nice sacrifice of someone who's wealthy, who's known. It's powerful. Even the ones who sacrificed, AK was told not to go to Durban. And he went there in a territory that was not so. God protected him, even though he went to say, you know how difficult it was for him not to get to, how powerful it was for him not to go to prison after what happened. He could have easily went to prison for a murder. That you understand what I'm saying? But after that, he went to a territory where God said he must not go. So unfortunately, when you do not hear the voice of God, you will pay with your life. You know, so that's the thing. That's the reason when we find that when Jan van Riebik came in South Africa, you know, when he went to Cape Town, the first thing they did, he did a castle there in the year of the beast, which is 16,666, in the year of the beast, where London banned 80% of the London banned, or one of the prophecies of Babalo happened. But here in South Africa, he came and put, and they did Castle of Good Hope, if you've heard of it, whereby they were taking people, imprisoning them, they're killing people and doing all sort of things. But if you look at that castle on top, you know, if you look at that castle on top, it's a 5-star of Baphomet. If you look at it, and each and every point of that star, you know, if every point is their ancestors, you'll find that there's a Prince of Velem, Prince of Nassan, House of Orange, all of these people from Netherlands. And then obviously they have to put also a part for the Jews. You understand? A family for the Jews. That way they were taking the territory. That way they were binding the territory. After they bind that territory, they shed the farms of Stellenbosch. So it's not by mistake that you find that FNB has a territory. Everyone Capitec has a territory, that everyone's money must belong to them. They've taken that territory. It's not by mistake everyone who's hungry must go eat at ShopRite. You understand? It's not by mistake.
It's not by mistake.
You understand? It's not by mistake. They took that territory. They took the territory. It's not by mistake that it's Pep stores everywhere you go.
So, have you seen ShopRite in my suburbs?
No.
Exactly. This is what he means. Even in my, what I also noticed, even in my mall, I noticed ukuthi mall la wasemasababsini,
okay.
I need to know kuzoba nama-rank. All these restaurants are bodaki. They turn bodaki. ShopRite, your KFC, your fish and chips, uzothola next to the rank. Like inside lazo nje. Angeke uthole next to your ocean basket or what.
So
angeke uthole i-fish and chips next to your ocean basket. La hlala khona belungu angeke uzuthole lezo zinto lezo.
So it's made available to us.
For instance, Westgate
is saying the territory. You are their territory. So they like mabelethi phepula basho ukuthi naba abantu.
Phepha idalelwe thina. ShopRite idalelwe thina.
We the only one who buy us who buy icathuze 90 rand.
Idalelwe thina. Look at Westgate. Remember when they renovated Westgate by Ise rank that side, by Ise fish and chips, KFC one side. Now the food lovers, you spend a bone ocean basket. That side, that girl could have been when a jack. Unga the rank.
What time is it, James? Okay, my brother, we won't finish it still today.
No, I hear you, brother. No, yeah. I hear you. So that's the main thing, you know. Those are the principalities. When you hear that we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places, you know, rulers of darkness and principalities. So even now, you'll find that they are called the false prophet in the Bible, the people of Islam. If you find now they are taking all territories and townships, now they are binding each and every territory. They are claiming each and every territory. If there can be a war or something that can happen now, you won't make the time because they know each and every strategic point. It's all about the strategic points. They know all of the strategic points of the townships, you know, and and it's keep on going. It keeps on going. It keeps on going. So time is not on our side, you know.
Yeah, no, I think there's rain and stuff.